So, today we are starting Srimad Bhagavad Gita Saptaha. Whenever there is class in Houston, there is always language problem. भाषा की समस्या हमेशा रहती है, हिंदी और इंग्लिश. Vishnu Jan Prabhu persuades me English and others persuade me Hindi. And now he has come with the recording, so I cannot be offensive for recording also. मैंने श्रील गुरुदेव के द्वारा लिखी श्रीमद् भागवत गीता, ये देखो गुरुदेव है, हम लोग प्रणाम करें गुरुदेव को. लेट अस पे आवर ओबेसेंसेस टू गुरुदेव. उन्होंने ये भागवत गीता लिखी. ही हैज़ नॉट रोट हिमसेल्फ, ही रोट 2 commentaries in this book. One, he wrote the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, and also he gave the commentary of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ji. 2 commentaries he has given, and the third he has given his own commentary. In his own commentary he did nothing but simplified the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. तो गुरुदेव ने ये जो ग्रंथ लिखा है ये नायाब है. नायाब समझते हैं, जिसकी कोई कीमत नहीं लगाई जा सकते. वी में से इट हैज़ वेरी हाई प्राइस, और वी में से इट इज़ प्राइसलेस. देयर इज़ नो इको. एवरीवन इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग लैंग्वेज. इको प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो रही? हो रही है? अगर है तो थोड़ा सा स्पीकर को उधर कर देने से ठीक हो जाएगा. थोड़ा सा स्पीकर उस साइड में कर दो. So this Bhakti Vinod Thakur, this commentary by Srila Gurudev is a wonderful commentary, compilation of commentary. We know Srila Prabhupada of ISKCON. He has also written a Bhagavad Gita. Name of that Bhagavad Gita is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. That Bhagavad Gita is very comprehensive and easy and simple and very easily to be understood, the basics of Krishna consciousness. But commentaries by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, by Gurudev and by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, it stands on that ground. उनकी गीता को हम आधार मान लें और इस पे बहुत सुंदर भवन का निर्माण किया है. गौड़िया परंपरा के अनुसार व्याख्या है. नॉट ऑर्डिनरी एक्सप्लेनेशन, नॉट ऑर्डिनरी कमेंट्री. Commentary according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's views. It has its speciality, and I will tell what those specialties are there. Why this Bhagavad Gita in our Gaudiya Parampara, it has its very special understanding. मैंने बहुत बार गीताएं पढ़ी अपने जीवन काल में. जब मैं कॉलेज में पढ़ता था तब गीता प्रेस गोरखपुर की गीता लाके पढ़ा, राधा कृष्णन की गीता लाके पढ़ा. शायद ऐसा कोई भी नहीं होगा जिन्होंने गीता लिखी मैंने नहीं पढ़ी. लेकिन जब ये गीता पढ़ी तो सारी चीज़ें ही बदल गईं. I have read many Bhagavad Gita, but this Bhagavad Gita in our Gaudiya Parampara, it has really changed the things. We talk about Gita so many times, but we do not understand that what is its speciality. I remember, it is a hilarious instance in my life. Once I was in UK, London, and there was a seminar and I got a chance to speak only 5 minutes. And I became friend with a philosopher over there. He was philosopher in UK. And he invited me in his house. He was not Indian philosopher. He was not Krishna conscious philosopher. He has his own way of thinking. He called me in his house. I went there and he took me to his study rooms that was full of philosophical books of different religion cults and all. And there was a stack of books, and on the top of those books, one book was Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And I clapped. Oh, look. He said, what happened? Why are you so much happy? I said, see, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the crown of all the scriptures. And he did not like it. He did like this, and what's in it? Again, next time he called me. After a week, I was there. I came back from Birmingham and all. I went to his house, and this time it was not on the top. I was looking, where is it? And this was on the bottom of the all scriptures. And again I clapped. He said, what happened? See, our Bhagavad Gita is the basis of all the scriptures. And when I said this thing, he really became very much disturbed. And some other time, how he called me again, third time. I went to his house. When I went to his house, and this time neither it was on the bottom nor it was on the top. I had to find it out. I thought probably he has taken it out from his stack. But I found that it was in between. And then again I clapped. He said, what happened this time? I said, see, Bhagavad Gita is the heart of all the scriptures. Then he said, what is in your Bhagavad Gita? What is in your Bhagavad Gita? In general, if we ask in India, what is in our Bhagavad Gita? They say, it says, karam kiye ja, phal ki ichha mat kar. Only one line every Indian will say, karam kiye ja, phal ki ichha mat kar. अगर कर्म किए जा को गीता कहते हैं तो अमेरिका तो बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त गीता को फॉलो करता है, क्योंकि यहाँ के सारे लोग ही कर्म ही किए जाते हैं, इसके अलावा कुछ करते ही नहीं हैं। ये भी नहीं कहते भारत के लोग इस समय कि कर्म किए जा फल की इच्छा मत कर, ये नहीं कहते हैं। क्या कहते हैं? कर्म किए जा, फल जो है भगवान पे छोड़ दे। द इंडियन सिंपल explanation is keep on doing your action and leave the fruits to Lord. No. If this is true, then Americans are the best Gita follower. जितना वो कर्म हार्ड करते हैं, मैंने तो इंडिया में भी अभी नहीं देखा. Indians do. So, I said, Bhagavad Gita changes our object of life. भगवद गीता हमारे जिंदगी के मूल उद्देश्य को परिवर्तित करती है. Why do we live? If we are clear that why do we live, then we will be clear how should we live. So Gita tells us why should we live and how should we live. हम क्यों जिएं और कैसे जिएं. बहुत बहुत सुंदर रूप से वर्णन किया है। I was listening one of the lecture of our Gurudev Nitya Leela Pravishth Om Vishnupad Astotra Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. He told, जरा इसे समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कृपया करके ध्यान से। हम लोग इस संसार में रोटी कपड़ा मकान में ऐसे फंसे हैं कि उससे आगे की सोच नहीं पाते, और थोड़ा सा सोचते हैं तो कहते हैं थोड़ा धर्म कर्म कर लेते हैं ताकि सुख मिले। सुख और धर्म को हम जोड़ते हैं। द पर्पस ऑफ आवर लाइफ इज ओनली टू अर्न मनी। रोटी कपड़ा मकान, रोटी यू नो, कपड़ा यू नो, मकान यू नो, यही जिंदगी के लिए हम हापाधापी करते हैं। वी डोंट थिंक बियॉन्ड दैट। जब हम इससे परे की सोचेंगे तब हमें पता चलेगा कि सच्चाई क्या है। इस संसार से परे, इस संसार से भिन्न जो दिव्य जगत है, उसकी ऊंचाई कहाँ तक जाती है हमें नहीं मालूम। When we talk about God, we talk about our spiritual activities, we say there is only one aim, only one object, and there are so many paths. Any path you may adopt, you will go to the same object. जितने रास्ते हैं सब रास्ते एक ही मुकाम पर पहुंचते हैं। ये भी भारतीय आम आदमी की धारणा है। दिस इज द नोशन ऑफ एन ऑर्डिनरी इंडियन पर्सन। पहला कि गीता में कहा गया है कि कर्म किया जा और फल को भगवान पे छोड़ दे, और दूसरा कि बहुत सारे रास्ते हैं लेकिन मंजिल सबकी एक है। देयर आर सो मेनी पाथ बट देयर इज ओनली वन गोल। इट्स नॉट सो। It is not so. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, no, you will get the sweet only to the extent as you will put the sweet in it. All the paths do not go to the same place. If you board on any train, it will take to you Bombay? No, it will never take you to you Bombay. Because you have to board on the train which goes to Bombay, then only you can go to Bombay. Number one. And even if you board on the train that goes to Bombay, but you should have ticket for Bombay. If you don't have ticket for Bombay, you have to get down in the other station. So, how much we endeavor and what is our target? Two things take us to the goal. Not the every path will go to the same place. रजनीश का रास्ता अपना लें तो भी वहीं पहुंचेंगे, सोक्रेटिस का रास्ता अपना लें तो भी वहीं पहुंचेंगे, किसी भी कल्ट का रास्ता अपना लें वहीं पहुंचेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है। There are levels and Bhagavad Gita tells about levels. So we have to understand it. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. 6, 6, 6. 6 first, 6 in between, and 6 end. And Bhagavad Gita is not telling the same thing in all the chapters. Lord Krishna is describing different aspects in the different chapters, and then he is comparing one aspect to another, and then he is declaring which is the topmost. That means he talks about levels. बात समझ आ रही है? This has to be understood. This is the thought of Gaudiya Sampradaya. We have to understand the levels. आई से श्रीमद् भागवत गीता इज सैंडविच. आप सैंडविच खाते हो? मैं भागवत गीता को सैंडविच बोलता हूँ. वाई सैंडविच? डबल रोटी, बीच में मसाला, ऊपर डबल रोटी. दिस इज अ सैंडविच. सो फर्स्ट ब्रेड, that is called Karam Yoga. And the upper portion of the bread, Jnana Yoga. And the tasty portion in between is Bhakti Yoga. Karam Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and बीच में क्या हो गया? भक्ति योगा. खाओ कि सैंडविच. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad has compared it as a jewelry box. A jewelry box, yes. Jewelry box has base and jewelry box has lid. The base is Karam Yoga and lid is Jnana Yoga. But what is the value of jewelry box? The real value of jewelry box, the jewelry which is inside that box, that is Bhakti Yoga. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad is calling Bhagavad Gita as jewelry box. So we have to understand that it is jewelry box. I have made notes from this book. So I am thinking I will read these notes. They are in Hindi and will explain in English. So both sides it will be covered. You will really enjoy it. महाभारत का दृश्य है. This all of you know. I don't think I need to explain this Mahabharata. It was a fight between Kaurav and Pandavas. They were cousins. Pandavas were 5 brothers: Yudhishthir, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev. And Kauravas were 100 brothers headed by Duryodhan. And then his another brother Dushasan and more. And then there are very great personalities, Bhisham Pitama. Bhisham Pitama was great grandfather of Kauravas and Pandavas. He loved Arjun too much. He had great affinity for Pandavas. And he was devotee of Krishna. Even then, he was fighting against them. It's strange. He was fighting against them. Dronacharya, another personality. Dronacharya was guru of Pandava and Kauravas, who taught archery to them. He also loved Arjuna a lot, and he was also devotee of Krishna. But again, he is fighting from Duryodhan's side. Again, strange. Kripacharya, he was also like that. So there were 3 big personalities. They were Maharathi, and they were fighting from the side of Duryodhan. As much as Duryodhan went to Krishna, and Arjun also went to Krishna, because Krishna called both of them that I am related to both of you, ask anything from me. For this war going to take place. Remember, I will not fight. I will not take my weapon anywhere. मैं युद्ध नहीं करूंगा, मैं हथियार नहीं उठाऊंगा. कृष्ण ने ये घोषणा कर दी. दुर्योधन बोलता है पहले मैं आपसे मांगूंगा, पहले मैं मांगूंगा. अच्छा मांग ले भाई. ये घटना ध्यान रखने वाली है. दुर्योधन मांगने जा रहा है और अर्जुन अपने दिल पे हाथ रखा है, जैसे अभी उसके प्राण निकल जाएंगे. तो कृष्ण ने कहा वेट, रुको. Before asking, I may tell you, I have two things. You have to choose one of them. One thing, me. But I will not fight. And at the other place, my army of crores, millions, trillions. Akshoni Sena. You choose either my army or me. पूछो तो कौन किसको चुनेगा? इट इज़ वेरी वेरी स्ट्रेंज थिंग कि कौन किसको चुनेगा. Once upon a time, a teacher asked to his student, he said, if suppose you are asked to choose between cow and intelligence, what will you prefer? Teacher is asking to his student. And student said, I will prefer cow. I will prefer cow. Teacher said, nonsense. If the same question is asked to me, I will prefer intelligence. Student says, yes, sir. It depends what you lack. You will ask what you lack. But in reality, it is not that. We ask for what we like. The fact is this. Krishna is asking, at one point I am there, and the other point the whole of my army. And Duryodhana said, Krishna, if you will not fight, I am nonsense. I will be foolish if I opt for you. I don't need you. I need your army. The moment he said, I need your army, Arjun took sigh of relief. And he was keeping his hand on his heart. And then when Duryodhana went away, Arjun said, Krishna, I would have died if Duryodhana would have opted you. Because I want you only, I don't want your army. And I don't need, I don't desire. And Krishna said, you are foolish, I will not fight. He says, never mind. You should be with me. So what will I do? It is you to decide. Arjun says, it is you to decide. Krishna says, okay, then I will drive your chariot. And then Arjun said, what more I want? If I am being driven by Krishna himself, that's all. That's what I want. This is Bhagavad Gita. Understanding. Once upon a time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, he came 500 years before to preach the most important Yuga Dharma of this Kali Yuga, Harinam Sankirtan. He was going to the South India tour. And in the path, he found one Brahman was weeping, and he was having Bhagavad Gita in his hand. And he was doing like this and this and this. And people were laughing at him. Mahaprabhu said, why are you laughing on this man? They said, look, this Brahman, he does not know to read, but he is having Gita, holding Gita and crying and crying. Then Mahaprabhu went to him. Why are you weeping? Why are you crying? What you have read in it to weep and cry? He said, I don't know to read. So you are crying that you don't know to read? No, I am not crying for this. So, look this Bhagavad Gita, the photo of this front page. Krishna is supreme, Swayam Bhagavan, Tribhuvan ke Malik. No one is superior to him. He is God himself. And what he is doing? He is driving the chariot of his devotee Arjun. What a characteristic. I have never seen any boss driving the car of his employee. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen? Once I heard a very interesting joke here. In USA it took place. Once there was a pope. He came to America, USA, and Houston especially, and he saw very big roads. In Europe, there things are very small. And he had a desire to drive car, but he was pope. Who will let him? So once he told his driver that you sit behind and I will drive the car. And Pope started driving, but he did not know the rules of USA. And he did mistake, and the cop stopped him. So there were two cars of police sheriff. So one cop went to issue the ticket. And then he came back. When he came back, the other friend of this sheriff asked him, "Did you issue the ticket?" No. Very big and great man was in that car. I could not. Who was he? I don't know who was he, but he was so big that Pope was driving his car. But who was he? He was the chauffeur. He was so big that Pope was driving his car. Pope from Italy was driving his car. So this man is crying. Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna. So Arjuna must be so big. But in material world, if Pope is driving, then behind the person will not be big. Because no great man will drive a car or chariot for his servant. But this is the beauty of Supreme. And he's crying and saying, my Lord is so benevolent, so affectionate, so loving, that he is driving the chariot of his servant. And then Mahaprabhu said, yes, you have understood whole Bhagavad Gita. Those who are laughing at you, they don't know at all, and you have understood the whole Bhagavad Gita. This is the characteristic of Lord. If you understand what is his qualities, भगवान के गुण क्या हैं, अगर आप समझ लें तो फिर बात ही क्या है. So, when the day one came of this war named Mahabharat, one side the army of Kauravas and other side army of Pandava. And Krishna is thinking in his mind. You know, Krishna is supreme, he also thinks. He also plans. He also does sankalp that I want to give a teaching in this crucial moment to the whole universe. And the question is to whom he should speak. Duryodhana is not fit person to be spoken. Then he select Arjuna. That I will give that teachings to Arjuna. And Krishna is thinking within his mind, but Arjuna does not need this teaching. But Arjuna knows already this thing. But I have to create an atmosphere that Arjuna should ask the question. So Krishna select Arjuna to be listener, and he became ready to speak this Bhagavad Gita. Gita means Geet. Geet sung by Supreme Lord himself. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad means Lord. Gita means the song sung by Lord himself. He is creating the background for it. He is not going to use Arjuna. Who is devotee? Devotee, he is Katputli in the hands of Lord. You know Katputli? हम वही करेंगे. डोर से कहोगे, डोर के हाथ उठाओ तो हाथ उठा दिया, पैर उठाओ तो पैर उठा देंगे, गिर जाओ तो गिर जाएंगे, जी जाओ तो जी जाएंगे, और मर जाओ तो मर जाएंगे. ये है कठपुतली. Then Krishna said, Arjun, Here is the army to whom you have to fight. And Arjuna is saying, okay, take me near to this army. I want to see who are those persons who want to fight with me. देखें तो सही हमसे लड़ना कौन चाहते हैं. ये तो पता है कृष्ण ने क्या किया. कृष्ण स्वयं भगवान हैं और एक अंश से हम लोगों के हृदय में रहते हैं, उसे परमात्मा कहते हैं. याद रखना इस चीज़ को. कृष्ण स्वयं भगवान हैं और एक अंश से वो परमात्मा के रूप में हमारे हृदय में रहते हैं. There is a very big question in this regard, that Krishna, who is in front of Arjun, he is superior, or in the form of Paramatma, he is in our heart, that Paramatma is superior. Who is superior? A big question. If both are same, so are they equal? Or they are two personalities? Or if they are same, or they are equals, then they are same personality? Or who is superior? Here Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, very clearly he says, Kshetra and Kshetragya in his upper bread, in Jnana Yoga he explains, no, my fraction of part lives in the heart of each and every person, but as a whole I am in front of you. That is, Krishna is the mool personality, original personality. Govindam Adi Purusham, he is Adi Purush. And who lives in our heart is the Sakshi. He claimed that Upadrashta. Upadrashta means who sees only our activities. Sakshi. Paramatma. So Krishna's one expansion is inside the heart, and there he inspires the person. And as a whole he is standing in front of Arjun and said, okay, you want to see the person who wants to fight with you? Let me take you to that place. और क्या किया? अर्जुन के रथ को भीष्म पितामह के रथ के आगे लाके खड़ा कर दिया. आगे पीछे नहीं लेके गए. कहाँ ले गए? भीष्म पितामह के आगे. He took the chariot of Arjun in front of भीष्म पितामह. अब भीष्म पितामह और अर्जुन, ओहो, you cannot believe the love between both. He was child and used to sit in the lap of Bhishma Pitama. So when he saw Bhishma Pitama, externally Krishna is working by taking him to Bhishma Pitama. Internally he is again working in the heart of Arjun. And Arjun started thinking, oh no, I cannot live without them. I cannot kill him. मैं इनको मार नहीं सकता. When he said, I cannot kill him, then what happened? The Bhagavad Gita starts now. Then Vishwanath Chakravartipad has put a question here. Why Bhishma Pitama was fighting against Krishna, though he loved Krishna? Why he was fighting against Arjun, though he loved Arjun? Then Vishwanath Chakravartipad is giving the answers, and Gurudev is making the answers more and more strong, and he is saying, because Krishna wanted that he should fight from that side. कृष्ण चाहते थे कि भीष्म पितामह कौरवों की तरफ से लड़े. अगर भीष्म पितामह और द्रोणाचार्य कौरवों की तरफ से नहीं लड़ते तो दुर्योधन कभी भी युद्ध नहीं कर सकता था. दुर्योधन में इतनी गट्स नहीं थे. दुर्योधन कुड नॉट डेयर टू डू फाइट इफ भीष्म पितामह एंड द्रोणाचार्य वाज नॉट विद दुर्योधन. Similarly, Lord Ram selected Kekai that she should give him exile for 14 years. Kekai was not against Ram. She is the dearest and nearest most to Ram. And Krishna uses his devotee to do most tedious work. Remember this thing. If sometimes you are put in a tedious condition to do something very awkward by Lord, this means you are a specially selected person. Krishna selected Lord Shiva to drink the poison which came from churning. And also he selected Lord Shiva to spread a very, very nasty philosophy which is known as Mayavad in this material world. And Shiva is most dear to him. Similarly, he chose Bhisham Pitama. In his heart he inspired that this is my desire, and Bhisham Pitama thought, oh, Krishna wants this thing. कृष्ण ये चाहते हैं. सेम हैपेंड विद द्रोणाचार्य. बड़ी अजीब कहानी. क्या कहानी? मैंने यहाँ नोट किया है. भीष्म पितामह जो भी कुछ कर रहे हैं वो कृष्ण की प्रीति के लिए कर रहे हैं, और वो कृष्ण की लीला विलास के लिए कर रहे हैं, ताकि कृष्ण उससे आनंद लें. When Arjun saw Bhisham Pitama, he said he will not fight. Now same Bhisham Pitama is doing double role. Duryodhan, seeing Bhisham Pitama, he says, I will fight. And Arjun, seeing Bhisham Pitama, he says, I will not fight. The same Bhisham Pitama is doing different role for Duryodhan and different role for Arjun. He said, I will not fight. Bhisham Pitama said, oh Krishna, I want to love you, but I don't want to fight from your side. Why you don't want to fight from my side? That this way Krishna is inspiring Bhisham Pitama. I have to die. This war is my death. I will die by your devotee Arjun. I know it. I want, Bhisham Pitama says, I want that you should be in my front. जब भी युद्ध हो तो मैं आपको अपनी आंखों से देखूं. मैं आपको अपने से दूर नहीं देखना चाहता. अगर if I will be from your side, that I will be see your back, and if I will be from Duryodhan side, then I will see your front. मैं आपके सामने होऊंगा. इसलिए मुझको युद्ध लड़ना है तो आपके सामने आके लड़ना. पहला अध्याय, gist of first chapter, how Krishna is using Arjun. Arjun is a devotee of Krishna. Devotee means he will always fulfill the desire of Krishna. He will not think anything different from Krishna. But now, Arjun sees Bhisham Pitama. अर्जुन ने भीष्म पितामह को देखा और देखा और गौर से देखा. इतना देखा कि कृष्ण को भूल गए. उनका हृदय कृष्ण से हटकर भीष्म पितामह में आ गया. इसे कहते हैं द्वितीय अभिनिवेश. दैट माई हार्ट हु was drowned in Krishna only, today take a shift from Krishna to Bhisham Pitama. And because of this shift, what happened? Illusion came in the heart of Arjun. Arjun मोहग्रस्त हो गए. I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill Bhisham Pitama. And Bhisham Pitama is my great-grandfather. I cannot live without him. How can I kill him? It is better I should live in forest. I don't need it. I have no any material desire. I don't want kingdom. I would like to live in forest. Now Arjun is giving upadesh. To whom? Krishna. This is called opposite. Ganges is going from ocean to Gangotri. क्या कहते हैं? उल्टी गंगा बहाना. मुहावरा है एक हिंदी में, उल्टी गंगा बहाना. एक और भी है कोई मुहावरा याद है आपको? उल्टे बांस बरेली को. अब ये क्यों कहते हैं मुझे नहीं मालूम. उल्टे बांस बरेली को. And Krishna is smiling, saying, sitting like this, yes, 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 I will not fight. I should not fight. And then he is saying, Krishna, look, how foolish are we, that we are creating such a big war for this throne, a stone throne. I am ready to throw it. You know what will happen? All these men will die. And woman will become widow. Then they will go to different men. Then they will get child. And they will be all child, what you call it? Varun Shankar, what you call it in English? They will be without father. They will be without father. That type of generation is known as degradation of the society. And he is saying so many things to Krishna. And Krishna is smiling. He is not replying. Why he is saying all these things? Because of moha, illusion. What is the illusion? Here I want to clarify that today when you are going back to your house, you should memorize this thing. And you will enjoy these classes more if you come with a copy and pen in your hand. You will write the notes. What is the illusion? Illusion की परिभाषा क्या है? हम मोह कहते किसको हैं? Illusion creates lamentation. मोह हमको शोक में डुबो देता है. First he was illusioned, then he started giving lecture to Krishna, and he is going against the principles, and then he started crying. And he said, now he has become weak. He is unable to lift his bow. मेरे से गांडीव नहीं उठ रहा. पहले इल्यूजन, फिर हाय तोबा, फिर रोना चिल्लाना, फिर कमजोर हो जाना. This is what happening with all of us. We are in the same stream. Krishna is creating the serial. The moment we see a person, the moment we see the body of a person, and when we see the bodily relation, we get attached to that person, and we think that we cannot live without him, and then we get caught in illusion. आप लोग बताएंगे जरा illusion किसको कहते हैं? I throw these questions to the listeners. What is moh? बोलो तो, सोचो. छाया को पकड़ना मोह. हाँ. जो सच्चाई है वो दिखती नहीं, दिखती है सच्चाई नहीं. और यहाँ पे मोह अर्जुन भीष्म पितामह के प्रति आकर्षित हो गया है. ही इज अटैच्ड विद भीष्म पितामह एंड ही गॉट इल्यूजन. ओके. So, what is this illusion? When I did this class in India, most of the people said, illusion means attachment. Attachment with the family members. This is illusion. Apparently it's true. So what is moho? That we get attached to the bodies. I get attached bodies of Bhishma Pitama, body of Dronacharya, my child, my son, my own body. Getting attached with the body is moho. So I ask the same question, if I get attached to Krishna, is it moho? If attachment is illusion, if I get attached to Krishna, is it moho? अच्छा ये बड़ी अच्छी बात है, भगवान के साथ अटैचमेंट तो मोह नहीं, और दुनिया के संग अटैचमेंट तो मोह हो गया। क्यों? वही सिद्धांत बताना है, बात सही है, लेकिन उसको प्रिंसिपल में डिराइव करना है। व्हाट इज द फार्मूला इन इट? द फार्मूला इज, समझना, अपनी चीज को प्यार करना प्यार है, बेगानी चीज को प्यार करना मोह है। हिंदी में ज्यादा अच्छा समझ आता है, अंग्रेजी बोलनी पड़ेगी। अपनी चीज को प्यार करना प्यार है, और बेगानी चीज को प्यार करना मोह है। द थिंग विच इज योर्स इफ यू लव देन इट इज लव, एंड द थिंग विच इज नॉट योर्स इफ यू लव देन इट इज illusion. Why? You are loving what is not yours. So the body of Bhishma Pitama is not Krishna, Arjun's anything. So this is the illusion. What is illusion? We are loving all those things which are not lovable. Why? They are all aliens. You understand? Aliens? वो सब बेगाने हैं. So this is the cause of illusion. When this took place and Arjun became weak, and Krishna, he said, he chastised him. Rather, he teased him. Eunuch. He used this word, eunuch. Thinking like this, amidst of fighting. You should have thought this thing before, not now. You are Kshatriya. If you will come back, they will speak so bad words you will not be able to tolerate. You are having such feelings. नपुंसक शब्द कहा है भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को. And Arjun did not get agitated. He did not get excited or angry. Then finally, when he heard the voice of Krishna, he started thinking, what I am doing? Instead of knowing from Krishna, I am teaching Krishna. I am in a fix. I am perplexed. I am becoming weak. I don't understand what is my duty. Why is it not my duty that I should ask Krishna? So his real nature is now superpowering him. Real nature, that he is devotee of Krishna. And then he says, Karpanye dosh upahat svabhava prachhami tvam dharam samur chetasa yat shehasyat bruhitan me shishyat aham shadi mam tavam prapannam. From here, Krishna becomes guru and Arjun became disciple. The second chapter starts, and the 7th shloka. Oh, Arjun is saying, I am totally covered by the weakness of कार्पण्य. मैं कृपण बन गया. कृपण किसको कहते हैं? कृपण किसको कहते हैं? कहते हैं ना कंजूस. कृपण मैंने कंजूस. हमारे इंडिया में बोलते हैं कंजूस. क्या मतलब? मक्खी चूस. कभी सोचा है? चाय में मक्खी गिर गई. जब मक्खी गिर गई तो मक्खी फेंकने से पहले उसे चूस लिया कि उसकी चाय जो है वो मुंह में चली जाए, फिर चाय पी ली. मेरा क्या होगा नहीं देखा. चाय नहीं मिस होनी चाहिए. ऐसे लोग कहलाते हैं कृपण. Those who are कृपण. There are so many example of kripan has been given here also. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. I have come to you, I surrender to you. Please tell me what is right, what is wrong. This is total surrender of Arjun to Krishna. Then Krishna, he took charge of Arjun. कृष्ण ने अर्जुन का सारा हाथ में चार्ज संभाला. मुस्कुराते हैं. अब आया ऊंट पहाड़ के नीचे. So Now you are at right place. And he chastised him. Chastised him to tell the real truth. Ashocyan anushochatavam pragyavadana cha bhashase gatasun agatasun na anushocanti pandita. बड़ी बड़ी बातें बिगाड़ रहा है पंडितों जैसी. समझता है कुछ? पंडित लोग जिसके प्राण चले गए हैं उनके लिए, और जिनके प्राण नहीं गए हैं किसी के लिए भी शोक नहीं करते. पंडितों का गुण है शोक ना करना. You are talking like an intelligent person and acting like a foolish man. What is the quality of Shudra? Shudra always lament. And what is the quality of Pandit? They have Panda, they have intelligence. Intelligence says never lament. You are lamenting for the bodies. And those who are intelligent, they do not lament. Either someone who takes birth or someone who leaves this body. Agatan, gatan, agatan. Those who go and those who take birth. They do not cry for this. And you are crying for body. Now, Krishna is telling the Upadesh. Arjuna has asked a surrender and Krishna is giving Upadesh. That which we have to understand. The first Upadesh he is saying. Now it is 12th verse of 2nd chapter. The first Upadesh. First he chastises Arjuna. After chastising he is giving Upadesh. Na tu ev aham jatu nasam, na tamam na ime janadhipa, na chev na bhavishyame, sarve vyam atah param. Look, ना तो कभी कोई ऐसा समय नहीं था जब मैं नहीं था, ना कभी ऐसा समय नहीं था जब तू नहीं था, और ना ही कभी ऐसा समय था जब ये राजा लोग नहीं थे. यानी कि ये पहले से भी थे, आज भी हैं, और ना ही कभी ऐसा समय आएगा जब हम सब नहीं रहेंगे. अर्जुन, listen carefully. There was no any time when I was not there. That Lord is always there. And never any time when you were not there. Arjuna is saying me and you first. Then he is saying about all those kings. Why? Arjuna is a liberated soul, associate of Krishna. So I was always there and you were always there as my associate, always there. And neither any time will come when all of will not be there. This means all of us will always be there in plurality. Those who believe that God has no form, Shankaracharya philosophy, which is Advaitavad, we call it Mayavad also, they say that soul merges in super soul and cease to exist. Their philosophy is आत्मा परमात्मा में लीन हो जाती है, आत्मा खत्म हो गई फिर परमात्मा खाली रह जाएगा. Krishna is totally nullifying this philosophy. He says, no, we all will coexist. No one will merge in anyone. We will separately exist always. हम सबका अपना अपना अस्तित्व बना रहेगा. The first verse, first lecture, first I may say Upadesh, what you call it? Instruction. First instruction to Arjuna is that we have separate entity, we will have separate entity, we all are separate eternally. Now, Krishna is telling Arjuna the difference between the soul and the body. We know it very well, but if we will not realize this thing, we cannot understand. What is the philosophy? I will not take more than 9. 9 I will always stop the class because next day, but tomorrow is not weekday, working day. तो 5-7 मिनट लेता हूँ फिर ख़त्म करता हूँ. देहिनो अस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीर तत्र न मुह्यति. Those who are intelligent persons, those who are sober personalities, they never got bewildered. Just as when we take birth, we have one type of body. We grow, we have another type body. Then we become old, we have old body. And then we die, we get another body. So in the second preaching, second instruction, Krishna is telling about rebirth, which Christianity do not follow and Muslim cannot understand. But in Bhagavad Gita, reincarnation, rebirth is second instruction. First instruction is that we will always be there. The second instruction is that soul never dies. Who dies? The body dies. And soul gets another body. When we die in this life also. In this life we are dying. Our childhood has died. Our youth has gone. Our old age is there. And then old age will also die. And then we get another body. And those who are intelligent, they don't get bewildered. A person like you, when you see Bhishma Pitama, you are getting bewildered. Dhiro tatrana muhyati, not bewildered. Don't get illusion. Muhiti, mohit nahi hote. Matri sparsha, tu konte sheet ushana sukha dukhda, agam apaina anitya, tan titikshva bharata. If you want to understand the philosophy, you should try to cultivate some tolerance power in you. Tolerance of mind and tolerance of body. We have to suffer heat. We have to suffer cold. In USA, we have given up the characteristic of tolerance. यहाँ पे हमारी सहन शक्ति पे सबसे बड़ा आघात लगता है जब हम विदेश में आके रहते हैं. क्यों? सर्दियों में गर्म घर और गर्मियों में ठंडे घर. कभी लगता ही नहीं है कि बाहर कुछ है, अंदर तो वैसे का वैसे ही लगता है. लेकिन इंडिया में चले जाओ भाई, बढ़िया अमीर से अमीर हो या गरीब से गरीब हो, सेंट्रल एयर कंडीशन घर तो नहीं होते किसी के. होंगे भी तो कम से कम बाथरूम एयर कंडीशनड नहीं होते. In India, you may be big rich man, but your bathroom will not be air conditioned. So when you are going to take bath in the winter season, you have to put off your clothes, you have to face cold. And Krishna is accepting it that each and every personality of this world has to face cold and heat during summer and winter. Similarly, you have to face subtle things, admirations, glorification, defamations, tolerate it. Just we are facing hot and cold. When we will tolerate, then we will understand this philosophy. What is the philosophy? That avinashi tu tadvir yen sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyas asana kashtit kartam arhasi. I am going very fast. I will take little bit tomorrow also. That who is living inside our body, that is you yourself. It is different from this body. And that is avinashi. वो विनाश नहीं होता, unperishable. Soul does not die. Soul is evergreen, it is eternal. And when this body dies, it remains alive. Soul does not die. मैया ने अपनी बेटी को कहा, अरे दीपा, बेबी के कपड़े बदल दे और तू भी जल्दी से तैयार हो जा, पार्टी पे जाना है. सुनना इस चीज़ को ध्यान से. बेटी ने जल्दी से बेबी के कपड़े बदलना शुरू किए. बेबी रो रही है. बेबी 6 महीने की है और बड़ी बेटी 4 साल की है, 5 साल की है. वो मज़े से उसने अपने कपड़े बदल लिए, लेकिन बेबी रोती है. कपड़े बदलते समय बच्चा रोता है, बड़ा आदमी नहीं रोता है. क्यों? बच्चे के जब कपड़े बदले जाते हैं तो उसे लगता है मेरे कपड़े नहीं, मेरे शरीर बदला जा रहा है. When a child is asked to change the clothes, she cries. Baby cries. Why? Because baby thinks as if his body is being changed. But when a grown-up person is asked to change the clothes, he does not cry. So Krishna is saying, you are changing the cloth. I am saying change the cloth of Bhishma Pitama and you are not ready to change his cloth. I am saying, Vansasi jirnani yatha vihaye. Just as when clothes become old, we change the clothes without any problem. Only if that person cries who is a child, unintelligent. Don't cry for this. Remember, the soul is eternal. Na enam chandanti shastrani, na enam dahati pavaka, na cha enam kaledyanti apo, na shoshati maruta. Do you think that you can burn this soul? Put it in fire, it will not burn. Put it in water, it will not be drowned. Put it in air, it will not be dried. It is beyond water. It is beyond air. It is beyond all these material things which you are seeing. You have to realize that you are not this body. You are beyond all these things. For this you should have some tolerance power. Tolerance आनी बड़ी ज़रूरी है. So, after telling these things, now Krishna is saying, now I have told about this body. It's like a banana. If you give a banana to an elephant, what he will do? Will he peel it off? No, he will eat whole of it. But if you give to a monkey, monkey will peel it off. बंदर छीलेगा, हाथी नहीं छीलेगा. तो इसका मतलब छीलने का ज्ञान बंदर तक को तो है, हाथी को नहीं है. पर बंदर भी पशु है और हाथी भी पशु है. और हम ये जानते हैं कि हम शरीर नहीं है, हम आत्मा है, लेकिन हम शरीर को छील के आत्मा को नहीं निकाल रहे. हम केला बिना छीले हुए खा रहे हैं. हमारी बुद्धि हाथी जैसी है. हम बंदर के स्टेज पे भी नहीं बैठे हुए. अगर हम छिलके को, तो हम क्या है? हम तो सब्जी खाते हैं. क्या है? कच्चे केले की. तो उसमें कच्चे केले की सब्जी खाते हैं तो उसमें भी छिलके को अलग करना पड़ता है. केला को काट के खाना पड़ता है. सो इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन विल पील ऑफ. वी शुड पील ऑफ दिस बॉडी एंड टेक आउट द सोल विच इज अ पल्प. वी शुड ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट पल्प. How to find out the pulp? Krishna is saying, to know what is the body, to know what is not body, and to know what is the pulp, this knowledge is known as Sankhya Yoga. I told you about Sankhya Yoga. Now I will tell you something about Buddhi Yoga, which is very interesting point. Srimad Bhagavad Gita started from first chapter. We are on second chapter. In second chapter, Krishna gave all those indexes which he has explained in other chapters also. In other chapters, he talked about bhakti, he talked about Jnana Yoga, he talked about surrendering, and he talked about Karma Yoga. So he is touching all those points in second chapter. Karma Yoga also, Bhakti Yoga also, and Jnana Yoga also. So tomorrow we will explain. I will tell you very clearly from the very beginning, without keeping it in a secret, really what is Karma Yoga, what is Jnana Yoga, what is Bhakti Yoga, what are their levels, and in which step Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga, and where he is right now talking about Bhakti, where he is talking about Jnana Yoga. We will see it, and this Bhagavad Gita study is step by step, chapter by chapter, and analytical also, not without analyzing it. So the analysis as being done by our Acharya, I have put it in very simple way so that we can understand. Please come tomorrow with more strength, vigor, and copy and pen. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you for all coming, and I am so much delighted. Hare Krishna.